Let's talk about social development from 1850 to 1900. The growing divide between the rich and poor from industrialization, development of communism, and the push to westernize are the main aspects of social development from 1850 to 1900. Industrialization is defined as, quote, the development of industries in a country or region on a wide scale, end quote. One of the main sites of industrialization in the 19th century was England. With more and more factories being built, factory owners needed many workers. This caused the number of workers to go up, making the large gap between rich and poor even bigger. This caused conflict between the lowest 99% and the top 1%. A quote from an observer in the late 1800s in England, quote, "It is truly lamentable to behold so many thousands of men who formerly earned 20 to 30 shillings per week, now compelled to live on 4, 5, or even less," end quote. While these workers were paid around 10 shillings per hour, or about 50 cents, the factory owners were making hundreds of thousands of dollars for their profit, on the expense of their workers' lives. Several protests later, and events like the cholera epidemic in London in 1849, led to new laws being passed like the Public Health Act that gives the government responsibility to ensure public health for housing and sewage. Another aspect of social development from 1850 to 1900 is communism. Written in 1848 by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, the Communist Manifesto argued for a class war that's end result would be a world where land would be owned publicly and its citizens paid according to their personal need. This idea was developed in Russia in response to the harsh life of the Russian worker in the 19th century. This harsh life may have been due to the rapid industrialization in Russia. In that time, Russia was lagging behind on the development of industry. Between 1863 and 1900, the number of factories doubled, meaning more workers. Just like Europe, this caused conflict between the lowest 99 and the top 1%. This conflict led to the development of communism. Due to industrialization, highly urbanized countries like England needed raw materials to make their products. This caused them to colonize other countries and use the materials from these countries to make their goods. Some countries like England wanted their colonies to be self-sufficient and almost able to mimic the motherland. They forced the natives to westernize, or cause a country to adopt or be influenced by the cultural, economic, or political systems of Europe and the Western world in general. For example, in Haiti, the French forced the natives to assimilate to French culture to, quote, get them out of their backwardness, end quote. This force of westernization sometimes caused the natives to forget or not practice their traditional customs. The development of the middle class was a product of reforms made in wake of the Industrial Revolution. Some of those reforms include changes in wage and the expansion of voting rights. The growing divide between rich and poor from industrialization, development of communism, and the push to westernize are the main aspects of social development from 1850 to 1900.